guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought let's come back with my other masterboard and make some more masterboard tags, collage masterboard tags using the see-through acetate templates. So we did make some others, but yep, I thought we'd come back and do some more. So I've kind of placed them roughly where I think, you know, I'd like to kind of start, I think. So yeah, I'm going to kind of do this one. So I'm going to do these two, or yeah, these couple this way round, I think. Yeah. So I realised that the text is going to be upside down, but I don't really mind that, to be honest. So I'm just going to place my, place my template there. And I did say in the first video, not my idea. I mean, ingenious idea to use the template, not my idea. So got the idea from, I think it was Margaret over at Seven Plaza. But yeah, what a brilliant idea to use a template. Now I could turn it that way round, so my writing's the right way up. But I think I prefer it with the purple at the bottom. So I'm going to just keep it, you know, with the writing upside down. So I'm just going to place that on there and just cut my corners. Okay, like that. Okie, and yep, put that to one side. So the next one, going to just, I mean, we could have it with kind of like a small slither of the purple and much more of it kind of brown, or I could have it more over here. Weirdly, I actually probably prefer it with just the small slither of purple. So yeah, I'm going to do it like that. So I'm just going to cut it down here, here, right across, like that, and then cut down this edge, like that, oops, like that, and then just, yeah, oops, like that, okay. Like that. Okay, right, so that's that one. I mean, they are quite wide tags, to be honest. I probably should actually trim my template down, because it's obviously quite a sort of stumpy, wide template, which, you know, I don't mind that, but is that a bit weird? I don't know. Maybe it is a bit weird. I don't know. So let's have a look at these ones. I'm just going to throw these bits away. Okay, right, so this one, oh, I can't actually see, is this up that way or the other way? Oh my goodness, hold on. Right, so I think what I'll do, pop it like that, and then I should be able to get kind of two tags, so like one here and one here. So just cut that down like that. Okay, and then just cut the other one, the other side. Like that. And then just, yeah, pop this down here. Just trying to kind of like get it somewhere in the middle. I mean, so much for using a template when you're then winging it anyway. It's kind of like defeats the object, doesn't it? But oh well, that's just how I am, to be honest. That's why I can't use templates and measure or paper trimmers or any of those things, to be honest. So yeah, absolutely rubbish. Right, that one, and then let's do this one, where I'm just going to pop that down like that. Okay, pop that approximately the middle, that one, and that one. Okay, right. Just trim the top. Oh my goodness, can you see how awful I'm making this? I don't know what's going on with my crafting today, but Not good. Honestly, I'm having more days like this than not like this lately. It's a bit of a nightmare. Right, okay. So clearly the using a template, not great for me. It's not working great for me at all. Right, let's put that in the... I just try and keep my template. I've got a little tray, you know, like a plastic kind of tray that I keep all my ready-made tags in. And I've started keeping my templates in there with that, or in there with my ready-made tags, because then it's all together. Because that's what's happened in the past. I've made kind of templates and things, and then what happens is I mislay them, and then, you know, I come to use them, I don't know where they are. So yeah, I thought that would be a good place to leave them. Right, just have a sip of my tea. Okay, now, in the last one, we used, I think we used a combination of photos, you know, photo printables, and the the fun photo ladies, which were really nice. They looked really good on there. But I thought what we would come along today and use, and now I can't see it, is some book page ladies. So these are from a kind of vintage style catalogue, and I thought these would be really nice. Although I'm now looking at these thinking, oh gosh, these look massive, don't they, compared to these tags. I'm not sure whether these are going to be too big. Although there's 3 ladies on this side, which kind of is more, you know, more useful, I much prefer the style of these ladies. They're just much more kind of elegant, aren't they? So I think what I'll do, I'm going to tear them out because they're very, very fussy to fussy cut these out. So yeah, I'm going to tear these down. So I'm just going to cut them out first so that I can get around them a little bit easier. So I'm just going to tear around this, right, and then I'm going to just fussy tear. So kind of like, you know, going in the rough shape of the lady, but not, you know, not kind of directly tearing her down, if you know what I mean. So just going in the rough shape of her. Okay. Right, now is she still too big is the question. Oh my goodness, she's monstrous on there, isn't she? I actually didn't realise quite how big these were, to be fair. Let me just have a sip of my tea while I debate what to do now. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of like kiss cut around her. Oh, let me put my glasses on before I have an accident with this now. Right, trying to kiss cut, but really, really super close. So, I mean, obviously this is going to shrink her down quite a bit, but whether or not she's going to be shrunk down enough to use is another thing altogether. But we shall see. We shall see, we shall see. Honestly, who knew that these were so massive? They're so much bigger than I expected, I tell you. So much bigger. Oh my goodness. Come on. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Like that. Again, just trying to really, really closely kiss cut this. So yeah, I've never really tried close kiss cutting. I mean, hello, what a mouthful. That's like a little tongue twister, isn't it? Close kiss cutting. I mean, is that a new thing? I don't know. I've never heard anyone talk about close kiss cutting before. I mean, I've heard obviously people say kiss cutting. I've heard people fussy cutting, fussy tearing, all those kinds of things. Never heard anyone do close kiss cutting. How weird is that? Just, yeah. Right, let's have a look. Well, she's a bit better on there, isn't she? And obviously we can kind of like tear her down. I mean, it's a shame because she's even got really elegant hands. Just see, is she the same size? Oh my goodness, I mean, this one is probably even taller. Now I look. Yeah, she's probably even taller. Let me just finish my tea. Right, okay. Well, I think what we'll do, we'll have to just use one of them. And then the other one, I'm going to save, I think, for something else. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what I would save it for. But yeah, let's save the other one for something else. So let's just quickly ink her up a little bit. Honestly, I just can't believe how massive she is. Like, what? Who knew that she would be so big? So I could have coffee dyed her, to be honest. She would have looked good. But we'll just kind of ink her for the minute. So, yeah. Oops. Like that. Okay. Right. Okie doke. I mean, she still looks monstrous on there, doesn't she? I don't know why I thought that inking would somehow make her look less huge. Like, why would that make any difference whatsoever? I have no idea. Let's just ink around this. Okay. Now, if you didn't see my previous video, these collage masterboards, I had collaged them onto ivory card. So they are literally, you know, nice and plain on the back for using for tags. So just going to, you know, ink them up on the reverse like that. Okay. Okie dokie. I mean, I'm going to have to cut some of her off because obviously she is very big, but yeah. I mean, we could have her like that and kind of cut her off on the side, I think. So, yeah. Oh, just can't believe it. Can't believe how big she is. Right. Let's see what we might like in the background. I've got these little rosettes. I know that's a bit weird because it's green. There's nothing on there that's green. But I've got this with the bird, but I'm thinking maybe kind of hide the bird. Hide the bird in behind her. I mean, that's quite nice, isn't it? What do we think to that? Quite like it. Again, I can't see whether this is the right way or the wrong way up. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I mean, kind of eyesight is a bit of a thing, isn't it? With with crafting, it's kind of like a, you know, as an essential thing is to have kind of reasonable eyesight. I mean, oh, trying to actually just, you know, cobble things together when your eyesight's looking terrible. It's not great. Right. Okay. I mean, I have got a couple of labels here. It's kind of like too big. We're filling up with very big things, aren't we? She's big, the labels are big, everything's getting really big. So yeah, let's just go in with this one. Right. Okay. I've turned it up the other way again, so now it's upside down, I think, again. Okie dokie. Pop that down. Yep. Looks nice. Okay, then we're just going to put the label down. Now I'm putting it down with the bird upside down because the bird is going to be behind the lady. So tucked behind the lady. Okay. So I need to kind of make sure it is going to be tucked behind the lady. So kind of like put the lady more or less where she's going to go. And make sure that the bird's going to be tucked behind her. And, you know, that's just because I personally don't feel like you can have a bird and a lady. I think maybe that's just something I have going on, like a weird kind of thing. Because I think probably other people would incorporate a bird and a lady. I don't know what's wrong with me, why I think that you can't have both, but I just don't. Yes, very strange behaviour there. Right. Let me know below. Would you mix a bird and a lady or not? I don't know. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of this down the side. My goodness. Right. Oh, I've put the glue over there. Right, let's just take that. Okay. Okay. Smoosh her down. Okie dokie. Let's just mop the glue up. Okay, right. Like that. Right, let's cut her off where she's overhanging. So we just literally trim her down here. Oh, sorry if you can hear my printer. It's just decided to come to life. It's been sat there, you know, like sometimes they kind of whir away like saying printing, but they're just not printing, are they? They're just lying. They're not printing at all. It's just been doing that like for ages. So it's just suddenly decided to get printing now. So that looks really nice, doesn't it? Now, I'm just wondering whether we could have any kind of like purple flower or something on here. So let's just have a look and see. Oh, hold on. I've got a couple of purple butterflies here. Honestly, complete kind of fluke that they were just sat there. Oh, can you hear the dog? That's my gorgeous Beau. She is just groaning. She likes to groan whenever she feels she's been disturbed. So, yeah, she clearly feels she's been disturbed. I mean, I don't know what's disturbed her. Maybe the printer kicking into life has disturbed her. I don't know. But nobody has disturbed her. She's not been disturbed. But, yeah, she's just letting us know she's there. Right, just going to glue this down here. Okay. Let's just pop this down here. Okie dokie, and then just going to ink these up a bit. Right, I'm not sure which one I want to use. I think the darker one, actually. I was thinking the lighter one, strangely enough, but actually now I'm kind of looking, I think the darker one would be better. So yeah, let's cut the darker one out. Okay. Okay. ink that up where I've done that shoddy cutting. Oops. Right, let's have a look. Oh yeah. Right, now where do we want that butterfly? I'm kind of thinking on her somewhere, because that's just going to show up a little bit better. Or it could go over there. Maybe like on here. Or maybe there. What do we think? Or maybe there. Although that looks, then it's like in line with that. So they almost, like at a glance, have just glanced down from the camera, looking top down on there. Do you know what that looks like? It looks like those big spacey kind of shoulder pads. Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look at all. Oh, and when I put it there, it was like just lopsided spacey shoulder pads. So no, not there. Okay, based on that, I think it needs to go up here. We don't want any kind of shoulder pads going on, spacey or otherwise, do we? So yeah, no shoulder pads. Definitely no shoulder pads. She kind of just doesn't look like she's going to be carrying off shoulder pads very well, does she? No, she doesn't. Right. Okay, so yeah, love the look of her. Now, I'm just thinking, as a tab for this one, I've just got some of these pretty bows, which are ready tied. I've got a few, so I don't know whether these are going to be... Oh gosh, no, not that one. I thought that might have looked sort of purpley, but actually it's weird how blue it looked on there. Right, okay, so let's just try this one. What if we have that, and then I'm thinking maybe put a tab there. So pull in some of my ready-made tabs. Maybe something like this one. We could have. And maybe like the bow. Oh, sorry, my printer's kicked into life again. Honestly, what on earth goes on with that? I have no idea. It's just like in a world of its own. Just does whatever it likes. Okay, so just put some glue on here. Okay, and then here. Okay, right, check that this is all glued down. Whoops. Right, now the bow, just going to put down, yeah, over to the side, so, okay. Like that. Okay, like that. Oh my goodness, how pretty does that look? Love it, love it. Right, okay, so that's that one. My goodness, that took a long time, didn't it? So we have got the next one. Now the next one, obviously, that lady, we've got the giant lady. Yeah, I don't think we can use her. She's a bit too tall, isn't she? So we won't be using her. Let me just see what else I've got, because I've got a few different bits and bobs laying here on my side of my desk. No, none of those things. See if I've got anything else. I've got this. Nope. I mean, that's quite nice. And the only thing is, it is quite a nice image, you know, maybe generally. Look and see what that would look like. It's a bit flimsy, to be honest. You know, I'm not over keen on using quite flimsy book images. I find that, you know, yeah, I don't like it when you can get see like the lumps and bumps underneath, which obviously you would there. Right, okay. Oh, forgotten all about all of these bits. Oh, how about this? So we used one of these in the last one, actually. Yeah, I forgot these were here. And I just then suddenly spotted them. But this would be rather nice, wouldn't it, with the pink? It was just hidden behind the, you know, the not picture, the page of the flowers. So I couldn't see it, and therefore, of course, I couldn't remember it. But now I've spotted it, I'm like, oh, I forgot all about those. And actually, who doesn't like a bit of pink and purple? Now, I'm not saying pink and lilac, weirdly enough, because I think that can look a bit sickly. But pink and purple, yeah, kind of quite nice. What about this? So let's just cut this down. This is just a fussy cut flower from the Fun Photos kit. And actually, sorry, this one is from the Victorian Vintage, or Vintage Victorian, I think it's called. You know, I'd just like to say what kits they're from, because lots of you do then message me afterwards asking, you know, what did I use for certain things. So if I just kind of say it at the time, it saves, obviously, you know, people looking for things and not being able to find them. So, yeah. And the lady from the last tag, she was from a book. So, yeah, sadly, she's not in a kit. Okie dokie. Okay. Oops. Okay. Oh, how gorgeous is that? I mean, I do love the purple with the pink, don't you? It's just like, wow, what a gorgeous, striking combination. So, yeah, love that. Now, just got some lace here. Don't know whether we even want lace, but just in case we do. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. How lovely is that lace looking on there? Right. Just ink around this just a tiny bit, just to kind of like disguise my rubbish cutting anywhere. Oops, there goes the printer again. Just reminding us it's there, just in case anyone had forgotten. Okay, so I think I quite like it like that. So I'm just going to put the lace down straight across there towards the bottom of the tag, not on the bottom of the tag, but, or not at the right, not right at the bottom of the tag, but just kind of towards the bottom. So like that. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Like that. Right, do we want her up higher or do we want her down lower and have the flowers higher? Maybe up her, maybe her up higher. So I'm just going to glue her with the Fabri-Tac because, you know, she may kind of go over the lace. So just putting her down with the Fabri-Tac. Okay. Was I having it like that? I can't actually remember now. I think I was doing that, wasn't I? Oh. Honestly, I mean, it's like 2 seconds since I tried it, and already I was like, oh, how did I think it was going to go? Just literally couldn't remember. Okay. Like that. Oh, Oh, that is so scrumptious, isn't it? I just really love that pink and the purple together. They're such a yummy, yummy, yummy combination, I must say. So I'm just wondering now if we could have a pink butterfly. So let me just have a look. I'm sure I've got some pink butterflies somewhere. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, that's my phone. Hang on. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It's just typical, isn't it? You get a phone call the second that you're on the, you know, filming. So, right, let's just take one of these. So, yeah, while I was obviously on the phone, I was just kind of digging around on my desk, looking for other things. So, I just spotted these pink flowers and just thought, well, let's just see how one of these would look. So these flowers are just from the Fun Photos kit, but they're quite nice, aren't they? The only thing is, I feel like I've now got a bit many going on. So I think actually, yeah, that kind of tips it over the edge. Yeah, yep, it's, yeah, a bit too much. So I'm just going to try one of these blue butterflies. So, and again, these are from the Fun Photos, but although they're like, you know, completely different colour, because they're not purple, they're not cream, they're not pink, I just thought, let's try them. They might look okay. They might look awful, but hey, who knows? They might look all right. You know, all these things, they're worth trying. As we always say, you know, sometimes it's the things you least expect that look the best. So it's always worth a try. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, I mean, I do kind of love it. I mean, I know it's not really, you know, I mean, that looks obviously, you know, how that should look, doesn't it? This looks how it shouldn't look, but I weirdly really like it. Yeah, you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, she's officially like gone off of her trolley now, but I kind of just really feel drawn to it. Let me just have a look. Oh, I thought maybe that would look good, but it's a bit turquoise. Let me just have a look. I'm pulling my sorry silk because I have got, I was going to say blue, but I mean, it's not looking very blue, is it? It looks pretty green, to be honest. Yeah, what am I talking about? This is not really the right colour. What about this one? Because I'm just thinking, you know, maybe a bow at the top. Oh, that's not bad actually, because it's got kind of like blue and purple, like sort of on the edge. Oh, do you know, I'm going to do it. I think it's going to look good. So I might just take this down slightly. Oh, this is where I lose the complete shape of my tag now. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? What am I doing this for? Just trim up my corners a little bit more. Right, did I ink around this already? In which case I need to now re-ink, because of course my shape's now gone a little bit, you know, my ink would have now gone a little bit weird because it would be inked at the top and not at the sides. I don't know whether I inked this one actually, so maybe I didn't. In which case it's all good still. Right. Okay. Just going to just pop a little tiny bit of hot glue. Keep that glued down like that. Oh my goodness. I mean, honestly, that butterfly, like I say, I mean, that just should not work on there. But, oh my goodness, how yummy does that look? Just really love it. Oh dear. Right. Let's put some sari silk on. And hopefully this is going to look really striking and gorgeous. But yeah, I mean, it might just look really rubbish and horrible. But fingers crossed it's going to look striking and gorgeous. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Oh my goodness, how yummy. How yummy does this look? get my loops kind of going in the right way where they should be. Right, okay. Get my scissors. Take the thingamabobs down. They're very long, aren't they? I have left them quite long because I thought long would look good, but not as long as they were. So yeah, kind of longish, but not as long as they were. So like that. Okay. And this one. Okay. Right. What do we think? Oh, love how that looks. I mean, that is a bit over the image, but it is moving. It's not like it's glued over her. It's just a little bit over her face. Right, let's put that out the way. Okay, next one. So we've got these two now. So I don't know whether we'll have time to do them both, but definitely we'll do one of them. So let's have a look and see. What else have we got? I'm just going to try one of these again. Oh no, actually, I suddenly thought I've got my flowers and I wanted to just see what one of these would look like on here. Or I have got some ready cut. I think I did try these on the last ones that we made. Oh, I did use one actually, didn't I? I used the daffodils. Oh, that's not really showing up very much, is it? I might have some more daffodils here, you know. Oh no, maybe I've got a different one altogether. Oh no, I have got some daffodils. Let's just try the daffodils. I mean, I don't use yellow very often, and I did talk about this in the last video, but yeah. Let's give it a try. Oh, I quite like that one on there, actually. Unexpectedly gorgeous, isn't it, on there? Yeah, unexpectedly gorgeous. Now, do we think it's unexpectedly gorgeous with the white edging from the kiss cutting or without it? That's the question. I don't want to kind of like take the white edging off and then, you know, i.e. ink it and then have it look absolutely rubbish. But I do wonder whether it might look, you know, benefit from the white edging going. What do we think? We've got a label here. Quite like that label down there, actually. Yep. Right, okay. Let's put the label on. Oh, do you know, I've just suddenly thought, I wonder if one of those blue butterflies would go on here again. I just loved it so much on the last tag that actually I wonder whether we might be able to get away with a blue butterfly on here as well. So let's just pop that one down. Okay. Right. Let's just ink this just a bit, not too much, but just a bit. Okay. Right, looking good. Now, where are my blue butterflies gone now? Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't think that's quite the right colour blue, unfortunately. Got these ones, which are sort of green, which probably are better on here. Although, to be honest, now I'm thinking perhaps they're a bit samey, you know, and perhaps actually you're better off with a bit of contrast. So let's just take blue one and let's also take that one. And then we can just see which looks better. Because sometimes, you know, it's easy to go with the safe option, but then it actually just looks really, really safe. Which, you know, that's boring, isn't it? Boring. Okay. Right. Like that. Okay. Get that one cut out. Okay. I mean, this is kind of the wrong colour blue because it's not, you know, it's not the same as that blue, but I just thought, well, it might look okay. I'm not sure now. I'm not convinced. Not convinced at all. Unless, again, what we could do is try and tie that in with a bit of the, you know, the sorry silk. I mean, not that that is the same colour like we discovered just now, but no, it's not bright enough, is it? It's just not bright enough. Let me just put this down. Okay, right, that one's down. Let's just see what else I've got laying around. Seeing whether I've got any, you know, these things, you know, the ribbon doobies that we talk about sometimes. So I'm kind of thinking maybe if we have one of those, I've got some wax seals. I might just have a wax seal in a similar sort of brightish blue. Oh. Who am I kidding? I mean, that's not really the same, is it? Okay. Probably as close as I'm going to get, I think. Sorry about my head. It's in the way of the camera. Right. What do we think to that one? Oh, sorry. I've just hit my foot against my drawer that was hanging out now. Maybe the ribbon should be pink. Pink or lilac. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Yeah, kind of prefer that. Just want to double check that that's how I want this. I'm thinking I'm not loving this flower, weirdly enough now. You know, I had kind of really liked it, but now I'm like, I'm not sure that that flower's the right thing. Let me just put that back out the way. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Just spotted behind my desk. Got this little girl image. Let's just give her a go. I'm just going to tear her out. Oh, can you hear the dog just kind of groaning again? Obviously I'm disturbing her again. Oh dear. Doesn't take a lot to disturb her, does it? Oh, that's the one. That's the one. So I might just tear her down slightly more because otherwise I feel like she's covering up a lot of the tag. Which, you know, I just really like the collage, so I don't want to kind of like have it all covered where we can't really see it. So I'll just tear that down a little bit more. Like that. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, right. Do we want to ink her up is the question. Because she's very black and white. I mean, she was in a book. So I'll just ink her up a bit so she's a bit more sepia toned rather than black and white. Oh, she looks gorgeous, doesn't she? So yeah, let's pop her on. Okay. Just using my normal, you know, wet glue for this. So pop that down there. Gorgeous. Okay. I mean, she was just literally, she was on the shelf behind my desk. And as soon as I saw her, I thought, oh, remember her now. Because I'd used all the other bits off of the page, but just kept her because I thought she would come in handy for something. Didn't know what, but actually she's just right for this, isn't she? So, right, let me get this blob of glue off. So hopefully that wax seal is going to kind of like go on here flat. Okay, right. Then we're going to have the butterfly maybe to the side, maybe up there. maybe down here. Doesn't really matter, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, I quite like it on the side. Higher or lower? Yeah, I think I prefer it here. So it is going to be covering up that doll's face, but to be honest, I've torn through the doll mainly anyway. You can't really see it that brilliantly anyway, so I don't think it really matters too much. Right, just going to ink around the edge a bit before we put the ribbon down. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Right. Oh, she is going to look so pretty, isn't she, with the ribbon and the wax seal. So, yeah, let's put the ribbon on. Okay. Like that. Okay, and then the wax seal. Just like that. Oh, how pretty is that? She looks gorgeous, doesn't she? So let's bring in the 3 tags that we did. We didn't obviously get to this one, but that's fine. We did get to obviously these 3. So again, very, very different looks, aren't they? And, you know, that's all from that one collage masterboard. So although it's from the one masterboard, you know, we've achieved kind of pretty different looks, haven't we? So, yeah, really, really like them all. So let me know below which one's your favourite. I have to be honest, my favourite, I think I'm leaning towards this one because I just love that blue with the pink and the purple. Having said that, I'm quite fond of this one as well. So, yeah, let me know below which one do you like best. And, yeah, I hope that you feel inspired to get out some of your collage masterboards and make some tags. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching. And, you know, if you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So thanks so much then. Bye.